Few years ago, I was genuinely just weak. I was a soft, skinny, fat teenager who didn't know what he was doing, super shy. I was honestly a coward, and I'm happy to say that I'm not that person anymore. I'm definitely not at the place I want to be, but I think I've made some pretty good progress. I went from being that stereotypical skinny, neck gamer teenage boy who honestly nobody wants to be around to actually building a great physique, having some good habits, being productive, being so much happier, and a lot more mentally tough than I was back in the day. Now my willpower is strong, I'm confident, and I believe I can do anything that I want. And now I'm going to tell you something that frankly nobody has ever told you before. I was weak and I deserve to feel that way. I deserve to feel horrible. I deserve to feel depressed. I deserve to feel that anxiety, to feel disgusting, to feel like trash. I deserved to feel laughed at and having no friends because that was the kind of person I was. And no one speaks like this these days because it's too offensive. But I was doing the actions that would lead me to feel depressed. I was doing the things that would make me look worse, make me feel worse, and make people not want to even be around me. And I was just facing the consequences of my actions. So, as a kid, it's fine. It's fine not to take responsibility for all these things. It's fine to just say that, oh, I blame it on this, I blame it on that, I blame it on this, I blame it on that. But as you grow up, as you start to become a man, you need to realize that you need to take full responsibility for everything that you do. Once I realized that nobody can help me and only what I do determines how I feel in my life, everything changed for me. I started taking responsibility whether I was winning or whether I was losing. It's so easy that when you're winning, we like to say that, oh no, I did this, it's because of me, like, no, I made this happen, like, oh wow, I'm so great, yay. But then what happens when we lose? When we don't win? Then you know what happens?
Oh well, it's not my fault. It's his fault. It's their fault. Climate change just sucks, and the world needs to be a better place. And nobody helped me, and I don't deserve this. I deserve better. I should feel happy. No one should feel depressed. No, 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 no. How could it be my fault? No, 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 no. It's their fault. It's their fault. I'm suffering because of these people, because of you, not because of me.
Come on, that just doesn't make any sense. So if you feel shit right now, if you're in a bad place, if you feel a bit depressed, a bit sad, a bit anxious, a bit lonely, unfortunately you deserve it. It's because you're just facing the consequences of your actions. And I know most people when they hear this they'll get offended and start defending themselves, say, no, how could you say that? My life has been so tough, I've gone through so many things. I don't deserve this. Nobody deserves to feel bad. Nobody deserves to feel sad. And I know a lot of guys just think I'm absolutely crazy right now and I'm just saying a bunch of nonsense. But you know what? Any guy who's not so entirely weak that they can actually listen and try to understand the message that I'm trying to put out, you'd understand that this isn't some crazy theory of mine. It's just very rational. You face the consequences of your actions. There's a super famous quote. It's so old, but it says, as you sow, shall you reap. And that couldn't be further from the truth. It comes back to the principle of karma. Everyone these days likes to go around and say, oh,
Karma. Oh, this is your bad karma. This is a good karma.
but it's actually a very old ancient principle and it simply says that if you do good, then you'll start receiving good. And if you do bad, then you'll start receiving bad. Maybe I can just steal something from somebody and immediately I'm gaining and they're losing out. But karma says that in the long run, they will actually gain back what they've lost, and I will have to face the consequences of these bad actions that I've done. And I will face some sort of backlash later in my life. In a weird way, this is the message that's actually gonna help people, and this is what actually works. This is what's needed right now. Because just telling people,
Oh, it's okay, you feel depressed. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, here, come here, give me a hug. Yeah, you feel better soon. You're great. You deserve the world. You're the best.
that's not actually gonna help people. And when you tell someone who's truly feeling like shit, that doesn't help even one bit. And if you've been there, you know what I'm saying. When you feel horrible and people just come and try to say, oh, I don't, things are better. None of that works. Frankly, sometimes you just need people to tell it to your face. Even though it's not what you want to hear, it's what you need to hear. Because if that was the case, we wouldn't see such high rates of rising mental health issues, depression, and loneliness in young men. As guys, we just need a little bit of tough love. We need someone to tell it to us the way it is. We need to take accountability, take responsibility, get a hold of ourselves again. So even when I was in a really bad place, I didn't want to feel bad. I didn't want to feel sad and lonely and hurt. But that was the consequences of my actions. And that's why I felt that way. But it's so hard to be in that place that it's not easy to break out of these habits. You just keep doing them again and again, no matter how hard I would try. I'd still fall back into the same loop. Sleeping late, waking up late, eating junk food, playing video games, wasting time, scrolling. I was living like a genuine loser. So you know what the key to becoming mentally tougher is? So you want to become mentally tougher. The key to that is literally taking full accountability for your actions. And you're not stupid. Let's be real. You know what the consequences of your actions are. You know that in the moment when you eat the food, it's going to feel amazing.
Yummy McDonald's. Wow, wow, happy meal, happy meal, happy meal.
And you know that later, 10 minutes, as soon as you're finished eating, you're gonna feel like shit. You're gonna feel bloated. You're gonna feel fat. You're gonna feel disgusted at what you ate. And you're just gonna feel terrible about yourself. You know you shouldn't be doing it, right? Because you know that later you're gonna feel bad. It's not like you somehow magically think that it's gonna make you feel better and that's why you do it. So you know what you need to do. You know what makes you feel worse and what makes you feel better. And you know that these small things don't really matter that much in the moment. But over time, this one meal of McDonald's you had adds up and that's what makes you obese. That's what puts on the body fat. That's what prevents you from reaching the body of your dreams, which you truly deserve. You should get to see yourself in the best light possible. You know that when you scroll on YouTube today, it's fine, it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, fine, even half an hour, like what's it gonna do? But you know that tomorrow when you have your work to do and you're falling behind on your work, then you're gonna feel a little worse. You're not gonna think that, oh, I'm lagging behind on the work because I was scrolling, but subconsciously you feel bad and feel worse, and you know what you should be doing and what you should not be doing. And I'm gonna repeat this again because people need to be reminded of this. If you're doing the bad habits, the actions that lead to your bad consequences, then you deserve to feel that way. Likewise, on the other hand, if you're doing the good habits, if you're eating healthy food, you're working out, you're sleeping well, you're meditating, then you deserve the good consequences of your actions. You deserve to have the physique of your dreams. You deserve to feel mentally peaceful. You deserve to look at yourself and feel proud. And this video is going to trigger a lot of soft people out there. But those people are just going to continue doing these things. They're going to continue watching one reel at a time, ordering junk food online every day, and still wonder why they feel anxious, why they feel like shit, why they feel horrible, and they don't have that same energy they used to when they were a kid. But if you're watching this far, I think you're one of the people who will understand the importance of this message and who actually wants to become mentally tougher. You just need to realize that the key to becoming mentally tougher is to take full accountability of your actions. You literally just have to take full responsibility no matter what is happening. And this is why, if you've been on your self-improvement journey, if you've been doing the good habits, you'll start noticing that people around you are voluntarily doing things that are actively destroying them and making them worse, taking them away from their goals. But they'll still look at you and wonder what you're doing and they'll call you crazy. No, you're the crazy one. You'll start noticing that people are doing actions that will lead them to feel depressed, but they still wonder why they don't feel amazing, why they don't feel happy. And they'll blame it on others, they'll blame it on society, they'll blame it on, oh, it's the government's fault. Well, it's obviously not my fault. Literally, they'll blame it on anything, but they won't take accountability for their actions. It's like there's this road that has this big sign which says danger, and you're happily walking on it. And then once you reach the end of the road and there is danger, you're confused, you're surprised. You're wondering, well, what? There's no beautiful garden at the end of this road. Why is it dangerous? Whoa. Oh, it's almost like it said the sign danger outside. It's so silly. It's like opening Google Maps and putting the location as Antarctica. But you actually want to go to America. And then when you reach Antarctica, when you end up at the location, then you're confused. Oh, what? How could I have reached Antarctica? Well, I wanted to go to America. But obviously, if you've entered the location as Antarctica, you're going to end up out there. But the reason why so many people don't do these things is because you can't just click your fingers and expect something to happen. There's no dream body that you can just purchase off Amazon. It's not a quick fix. You have to go through the pain and discomfort of the actions that it takes to achieve that dream body that you want. It's a bumpy up and down road. You have to deal with your shitty eating habits, quit the junk food, start hitting the gym, doing workouts that feel painful, pushing yourself when you feel breathless, doing cardio, and actually being consistent and patient to see the results. And we're conditioned to just do things that feel good to us. And so many people are just avoidant of pain and discomfort without realizing that it actually leads to your happiness and what you want. So 80% of the people around you who are actually just brain dead, they'll sacrifice their family, their relationships, their happiness, their dreams, their goals, just for a little pleasure today, just so they feel good in the moment. They want that dream body, but they don't want the discomfort of going to go to the gym. They just continue to scroll on their phones and waste time and complain that the day is too busy and they can't take an hour for the gym. It takes a mentally strong person to delay gratification, see what you want months from now, years from now, and to make the choices that will actually get you there. Because this mental toughness thing is not some short term game. You can't just lock in for 2 weeks and then magically just have the best life. It's really a long term game and it's painful. And there's gonna come a lot of shit on the way that you need to deal with. And it takes a mentally tough person to do that. That's literally as simple as it gets. You know how to achieve the physique of your dreams? Sacrifice. Sacrifice today for something that you could get tomorrow. How about your studies? A bulletproof way to get better grades? Sacrifice today for something you could get tomorrow. Why are you trying to cash out today? Why do you want to feel so much pleasure today? 1 hour video games actually very good for you. It's so good for you. It relaxes me and de-stresses me and it's good for you. 1 hour a day is not that bad. 1 hour a day is not that bad. Your competition isn't wasting that 1 hour a day. So you've got a lot to think about that. So if this video is annoying you, the issue with these videos is that people who genuinely need to hear this message have already clicked away by now because they're not getting dopamine, they're not getting stimulated, they're not feeling amazing. They've already gotten offended and clicked off in the first few minutes anyways. So chances are if you're watching this, even though this might have triggered you a little bit, you probably deep down agree with this message because you just know that this is the truth. Because you know there's areas in your life that you're kind of slipping up on now, and actually being able to admit that right now in this modern day is tough because so many people don't have the strength to do that. Yeah. And I'll say it too. I've slacked a bit. I've slacked on my diet. I've slacked on my sleep. I said I'd take these things so seriously, but I haven't been 100% on point. Sometimes I did eat chips. Sometimes I did eat a bit of junk food. Sometimes I did sleep in 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Sometimes I did sleep a bit late. And every time I fall a bit down, I just force myself to get back into it. Last 1 or 2 weeks I've been super locked in. And honestly, the last few months my physique has fallen off quite a bit. I just don't look as sharp as I used to. And I felt horrible that I slacked. I felt horrible that I stopped putting in the amount of work that I need to achieve the physique that I want. And guess what? I felt bad, but I deserve to feel bad. And that's led me to make better changes, to lock in even more. If you can talk to yourself like this, you're just going to be miles ahead of everyone else who's just hoping that one day something's going to save them and they'll magically just feel good. Who's just covering their eyes and I don't want to be accountable. It's fine, it's fine. So I hope that after hearing this, you can just sit there by yourself for a while. Just sit there and think about this. Talk yourself through this problem. Think about the things that you've been slacking on and realize that you've actually put yourself in this position and it's your job to get yourself out of this. And the only way you can do that is through changing the actions that you're currently doing right now. Because if everything you did right now is perfect, then you would feel perfect, right? But you don't feel amazing, and that's on you. And don't be easy on yourself. Don't be soft on yourself. One of the greatest things you can actually do is be genuinely tough with yourself. Literally pick apart all the small things that are bothering you and let the people look at you and say, oh, you're being too hard on yourself. You're being too self-critical. This is unrealistic. No. If you want something to be better, it's your job to change it. How does what anyone else say matter? They don't decide how you feel. Only you decide that. So stop listening to their advice. Start listening to yourself. Don't miss out on your potential because of what other people are telling you. And in this modern day, you're just told to not talk to yourself like this, to be so nice and sweet and soft on yourself. And if you just look around, you'll see the consequences of this. I see guys and girls on a date, and the girl is the one opening the door. She's the one who's saying, "Oh, don't worry, let me pay the bill. Let's be equal. Equality is great." And the guy's out there sitting on his phone and just, scrolling and playing Clash Royale. Yeah, Clash Royale. I'm gonna hit 10K trophies. Yeah. He's playing Clash Royale, and she's sitting there just looking at him, staring at him, confused. Because she wants to be loved. She wants to feel love. So many people these days are just so weak. And if you listen to this advice of be nice on yourself, be good to yourself, go easy on yourself, then you're gonna end up like one of these people. Even your partner is not gonna respect you. Your friends won't respect you. And worst, you won't even respect yourself. You look in the mirror and feel ashamed, disgusted, terrible. So these guys saying, no, dude, just take some time off, dude. It's not that deep, dude. Just play the video games, dude. Hey, bro, add me on Clash, dude. Please, bro. They aren't the people that you need to be competing with. But there's some guys that are silently just working on themselves, trying hard to stay away from these distractions, stay away from these bad habits, and just become a better man. So that one day they can achieve everything that they've wanted. They can be at peace with themselves, look in the mirror and feel confident and feel proud. And that could be you. But that's not going to change unless you change what you do. So start taking yourself seriously. And I'll say it again. The key to mental toughness is taking accountability for your actions. I hope you learned something from this video, and if you liked it, make sure to subscribe and like this video for more such videos. If you have any suggestions, drop them down in the comments below, and I'll be happy to make a video on any topic that you like. Thank you again for watching and supporting this small YouTube channel of mine, which I hope to grow every single day. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you stick around for more. You should be so proud of yourself for taking responsibility and wanting to make change and wanting to be better. That's all. See you in the next one.